Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. There it is. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Three Nerds on a Sunday, where three nerdy friends talk about all things nerd, geek, and pop culture related. I am one third of the nerd, Sonny, and the other two nerds that make up this round table are Manny and Frank. What's going on,
Hello,
guys?
everyone. What's going on?
Hey, we're back!
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Hi!
yeah.
Hi, we're back!
Hell yeah, boy. We're back from our little holiday break. Um, we missed Christmas week, a weekend, obviously, because it's Christmas, so we weren't going to record nothing. Another shout out to the friend of the podcast, Gil, for jumping on the week before Christmas to help us put out
Thanks,
a episode.
Gil.
That was a really good time, and
That was cool.
we are we're back to full strength, so we are all set to go. We got a lot to catch up on. I'm pretty sure we have some nerd outs and we got some other stuff to talk about. So let's just jump into it
And I'm
because
the only one on camera?
I don't know. I mean, I
Yeah,
see my face, but
The internet's not working very well.
it didn't work
Wow.
out too. That's weird.
Wow.
We'll figure it out later.
For
But
real,
I was up there earlier. I don't know what happened.
Not-
Anywho's, anywho's, what's this? Well, do we have any important news? Any articles? Anything we want to bring up?
I could tell you when the Batman is going to be streaming on HBO Max. Did you guys talk about this on the last podcast?
No, we did not.
So, if you were
Tell me,
wondering when the Batman is going to be on HBO Max, currently there's a 45-day window for studios. So, if you do the math, if it comes out March 4th, that means by April 19th, 2022 is when you'll be able to see the Batman on HBO Max for free.
Yes, I
For
believe
free.
that
Not really
was
for free.
I believe it was confirmed. I believe because the way that's working is studios have the option on the 46th day to put it on to streaming services or just kind of go the normal route if they wish. But I think for the Batman, I think that's set in stone. They're gonna be out there on the 46th day.
Yeah. So that's what's going to happen.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. You have any news, Sonny?
I just real quick, I guess it's more a little blurb from the writers of No Way Home. We'll probably talk about it later on a little bit, but I had an issue with something from No Way Home, and people have been talking about spoilers and everything. And it's if you haven't seen it by now, I'm so sorry. Do what you can and go on and watch it. But just kind of bring this point up real quick because it was kind of like I don't know if it's a cop out or if they're just can't say what's going on in the MCU. But spoilers, Venom showed up in the MCU at the end of his film at the teaser, and then at the end of No Way Home, he shows up and then disappears, just like that, to set up the black suit symbiote stuff for Tom Holland Spider-Man. The writers basically goes, yeah, the symbiote is an alien who knows about other universes and stuff like that. So that's why he showed up, because he just knows who Peter Parker is and Spider-Man because reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Sounds like
That's
Sony's
what.
writing to me.
What?
Yeah,
What?
they. Yeah.
What's confusing about this? I don't get it.
No, it's not confusing. Well, it's confusing, but I mean, it's not confusing, but it's like either just lazy writing to get them in there, or like I said, there's something else they want to build up later that they can't talk about under an NDA or something. But it was just, oh yeah, he's a symbiote who knows about other universes, and that's why he showed up and then gone. So far, the actual Venom and Tom Hardy had no impact whatsoever in anything. It was a waste of a cameo, I think. They could have just put the black suit in there their own way. But yeah, so I found that kind of, I guess it's an answer.
If
That's
they get
a
the
fun
symbiote
way
there, that's
to-
good enough.
So, and we already know the Spider-Man's not the Spider-Man from the comics. I mean, Mary Jane is not named Mary Jane. It's Michelle Parker. There's a lot of things. There's no Uncle Ben in this one, or I should say, Uncle Ben is not what started Spider-Man's career.
Right?
There's a lot of differences here with it.
No, this whole time I thought he already got that line. Like at some point, it was off camera. Like that's what I thought this whole
dude,
time.
as soon as I heard that line come from Aunt May, I'm like, I don't know if you guys heard me. I'm like, she's the Ben Parker. And
No, you were way at the end.
oh, dude, I said it. I was like, she's Ben.
Yeah.
She's Uncle
No,
Ben.
yeah, and I mean,
Right.
it's different, but it's not different. It's the exact same story of every
But
Spider-Man. It's just different characters and different places. But I don't know, like again, to me, to like bring in Tom Hardy and Venom, just not to even use them at all, I think was stupid.
It's more of a joke.
Just
to
waste.
make fun of him.
Yeah, it was a joke, and that Marvel loves their jokes. So I don't know. Yeah, good.
Just
You
kinda
got me, I
say,
guess.
like,
But
Here he is. Oh wait, no, he's irrelevant. Bye bye.
yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of a little, like I said, if you're gonna have all these cameos and all these people show up and all this kind of stuff, and you use them for a quick joke, just to, oh hey, the black suit's here now. I don't know. It just felt kind of like Sony going, hey, you got to use them somewhere. Just use them. Just do it, or something like that. So maybe
I didn't
they'll
think it like that
still work.
I didn't either.
because
We'll see what
I
happens with
took it-
Morbius, I guess.
Yeah, Morbius is going to be the wild card to this. But I took that whole Venom scene just like as if Electro showed up or Doc Ock showed up. Like, he knows who Spider-Man is because of the Mind Hive. Now, why he was chosen, I guess that's a little weird. Because, yeah, I don't know. That part's a little weird because that no one knew Peter Parker there.
Yep.
I don't even think really Venom knew Peter Parker. He like subconsciously knew about him, so that part's weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I accepted it. I like it. I don't know. I like it this way. That's fine.
Well,
it's
I mean,
MCU-ish.
yeah. I mean, like there would have been a perfect opportunity to, I guess, recast Eddie Brock or bring in a different character with the Venom who knew Peter from a different alternate universe, and
I bet they're gonna do a Flash Venom.
You know, no, like an actual Flash from a different universe shows up, and a piece of that Venom gets stayed just to have a brand new character, but to use again to me it was just like waste of a cameo.
They probably are going to recast Eddie Brock. You don't know that.
I don't know.
Now Venom is going to find
No, right.
Eddie.
I don't know, but what's in front of me now is what I know, and so far I don't know what they're doing. It's all kind of muddled, I think, right now. Is one person in charge of everything still?
I haven't given it a second thought.
Whatever
they
Feige and the other girl, Pascal, I don't know her name. They team up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't think she did. I didn't think she was really like that.
Gotta get some cohesion here. Anyways, we'll save those talks for later because I do want to talk about No Way Home with you guys, kind of get your thoughts. And now we had time to settle down and, kind of process everything. Kind of want to get your thoughts on stuff. So, that was my news. Just that little piece of article news. Brent, you got anything for us?
No.
News?
Sorry.
Let's just do some nerd outs then. I'm pretty sure we got some nerd outs to catch up on.
Just,
Who's gonna go first?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
So, catch up on some stuff. I'll try not to prolong anything because I tend to ramble. First thing I want to talk about is Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yeah.
It is a movie.
Is it?
I will say I didn't hate it. It didn't piss me off, but it was a wasted opportunity, like most stuff that they've done with Resident Evil. I enjoy the Mila Jovovich's movies, but they're not Resident Evil films. They're just superhero zombie films. Um,
Yeah.
Essentially, what they did with Raccoon City was they took the stories of the first two games and crammed them into one movie,
Yeah.
and um, that was a big mistake because on a character level, I don't know any of these characters. We just know that they are people stuck in Raccoon City, and there's a zombie outbreak going about, and everything's just kind of anticlimactic. Nothing felt earned or built up. Everything felt kind of flat. I will say, um, some of the zombie scenes in the mansion was actually kind of cool. When you put zombies in the right space environment, they're very terrifying. And put them in a tiny little mansion where you don't realize that you have to shoot them in the head. It is pretty kind of cool. So some of those scenes were kind of interesting. Um, just because I'm a fan of hers. The actress who played Claire Redfield, I thought she was trying. She was actually trying to give it her all on this. Negatives. There's plenty of those to go around. If you're a fan of Leon Kennedy, I'm so sorry. Don't even watch this movie. Jesus, they make this guy a bumbling buffoon. He is a drunk rookie who's terrible at his job, and he's not even Leon Kennedy. I don't know what he is. He's just some NPC that got lucky and lived. Lickers show up for like one scene and then they never come back, and that was useless. The homages to the games are in there. The cheeseburger guy in the truck, and the police station looking like the police station, and the mansion looking like a mini mansion, but still looks like it was fine. But again, it was just fan service that without a good story. That's all it is, just fan service. Yeah, man, the budget looked kind of weak on
really
this.
hard to get to those shots too. They're like,
yeah,
shot. It looks just like the game.
Yeah, yeah.
It was an awesome movie.
Yeah, and
the fucking shit listening to his radio while he's supposed to be guarding the front door. This is one of your biggest heroes in the entire series. But in this movie, he's a fucking dumbass. Isn't this great? It's just like, God, come on.
And the biggest flaw of the whole thing, when we break it down in brass tacks, is that these are the exact same people who, I think it was story wise, or the writers or producers or executive producers, whatever they did. They were the same guys who worked on the original Resident Evil films with Mila Jovovich, and yeah, so it was. I guess someone thought to give them some money to give another try, and I'll give them A for effort, but I mean, as a whole, the movie is just kind of disappointing. I like Resident Evil, but like I said, it didn't make me angry. I was just like, yeah, this is what I was expecting, and you gave me a couple of decent things, but I guess that's all I can ask for. I doubt we'll see a sequel, and if we do, I don't know what that's going to look like. I really don't. It's going to be a shit show. So there's that. Man, I can't even recommend it to anybody because it's just a thing that is there to be seen with your eyes, maybe. So I would say skip it.
With Monster Hunter.
Well, I mean, look at the Monster Hunter.
No, that was a little shitty.
It's shitty, but it was fun shit. It was good shit. It was fun shit.
Yeah.
Some people might not agree. But
no. He doesn't like it at all.
Yeah. But
I got my little cats making the food, and I got Ron Perlman screaming and wielding a giant bone axe thing. I'm good. You satisfied the requirements.
There you go. All you need is cats going and chopping up meat. Yeah. So Resident Evil, you can skip that. You can skip that movie, Resident Evil. I also saw a lot of things. There's a Netflix show. It's called Brew Brothers. It's about two brothers that make beer, and it's a it's a raunchy comedy. 8 episodes long. One brother is kind of like hey man, I just make beer for everyone to hang out and have a good time. Let's have a couple beers. Yeah, woo! And then his brother comes along, who is he's a pretentious beer asshole who will literally give you a lecture and call you a dumbass in front of your face for drinking a Heineken or a Budweiser. Be like, oh, you might as well drink a cup of piss, you dumb shit. Now let me tell you about real beer. In Germany, this is, and he just goes on these funny rants.
Yeah.
I have no idea if this is accurate to running like a real brewery, but if it is, I want to work in one right now. It just looks like a fun time. I mean, it's just a fun show. Like I said, raunchy comedy. It's it's more not safe for work type of stuff. They got some jokes there, some good stuff. There's an episode where some German monks come to bless the brewery, and they end up getting into a fight with some actors who are paid to dress up like monks, and it's actually really hilarious. It's fun. And again, I know about a little bit about beer. I'm not aficionado in anything of that nature. It sounds like they talk a lot about beer stuff in here, so if that's something you like, it might be up your alley as well. Just to kind of watch that. I guess it's like a I I guess kind of like think of like Beer Fest light. It's not quite Beer Fest because Beer Fest is hilarious, but this is pretty good too. This is a good little watch.
Okay.
As like I said, it's only like 8 episodes, so it's a pretty quick watch. There's no problem to come in and out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one gets my thumbs up there. Check it out. It's on Netflix. I believe it came out this year. Brew Brothers.
Brew Brothers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they talk a lot about German beer, Frank. So this is all for you.
I'll be watching it then.
Very good stuff.
I never knew that existed. Thank you, sir.
Of course.
Netflix doesn't know me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, pretzels. Don't even start with you.
I'm gonna make
next
pitch a show called Pretzel Brothers.
Pretzel Brothers.
Hey, Netflix, look, man. These two guys are fucking obsessed with pretzels. Can do anything for them.
Honestly, if we write good enough jokes, it could probably work. Next thing I want to talk about was Encanto on Disney Plus. It's on there now. You know what? I forgot this movie came out, and it just kind of came and went. I think it was in theaters for like a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. And disappeared, and just now it's in the shuffles of Disney Plus. And I'm very ashamed to say that I didn't watch this sooner.
Oh, I was the same shit that you didn't fucking like it. And I'm like,
no, this it's an absolutely wonderful movie. It's absolutely wonderful. I love it. The music is great. I think this is one of the best animated movies I've seen in a while because everything just felt so fluid and clean, and everything, the camera work in this movie, everything about it was on point. Even a story about family. I don't know where this takes place. I don't know if it's like in Mexico or Latin America or somewhere.
Colombia.
Okay, thank you. I kept waiting to see what they said, and I missed it. Because like my version that I watched, maybe it was a TV. The music was really loud and it's kind of hard to hear the words sometimes. But yeah, Colombia. So, yeah. So it's pretty much close enough. I think a lot of Latin people grow up same way when it comes to certain aspects, especially when it comes to like the your grandparents and the way people treat each other and living up to certain expectations. I thought all that was great. Hit me in the heart, right in the corazón. It's right there. I don't want to spoil it because I think it is something. Yeah, I think it's something you do need to watch and just kind of take it all in. It's great to watch with your family. Yeah, if you watch it with your girlfriend, you want to watch it with your kids, you want to watch it with your grandparents, everyone. I think it's a good, just a good movie. Don't sleep on it. A lot of people have this year. I almost did. Check it out and listen to the soundtrack when you're in your car because it's just bangers everywhere. So that's all I will say. Fantastic movie, love it. spoiler alert, it will be on my top 10 list. Where? Who knows? But it will be on there maybe. We'll see. I still have a few other movies to catch up on.
Yeah.
What else did I watch? Oh, currently watching the newest season of Cobra Kai. I'm on
Were they
episode
on
8.
4 or 5?
That's a good question, sir. Should probably know that. I think it's 4.
Okay. I think I'm still on beginning of 3.
Not bad. You're almost there. I'm on episode 8. Got 2 more episodes to go. I still like it. Again, it gets cheesy at a point in time, and sometimes the action scenes are treated like a Jackie Chan movie or a Jelly movie, which is cool to see, but it's kind of funny when they're still in high school, acting like
Yeah.
hired mercenaries. But at the same time, it is kind of cool to watch. To get a little I guess real and just for a second with it.
Acting like hired
Yeah, I really do enjoy I really do enjoy the show because I can identify with the characters and some of the stuff that they're going through. I was bullied from like 6th grade until like sophomore year of high school, and then I got earned some respect in junior high school. Not junior high school, in junior year of high school, and then senior year was just a coasting year. So that was
Did
good.
you have to get violent like a hired mercenary to get
So
respect?
here's the thing. So here's the thing. During all that time, and even when I was younger, I've always had anger issues. Very very angry all the time. Angry at the world, a lot of people and things. And when I got out of high school, in college, especially my freshman sophomore year, kind of started to let loose a little bit. Got some fights and house parties and going out later and doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing and still have some
Being a
marks
college
on
kid.
my. Yeah, like I got marks still on my hands from fighting on my elbows and stuff. But and that just kind of helps me like kind of identify these characters, being like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I kind of understand when like certain character has like anger issues and doesn't know how to vent or not, or feeling like asking for help is weakness, and trying to find confidence in yourself and trying to
Yeah.
find something that gives you those things. I'm like, you
It's
know what? This
a
show is
relatable
pretty good.
show for sure.
Yeah, it is really
It's good.
relatable show, and again, like I said, I can see a little bit of myself in a lot of these different characters and all that kind of stuff. And then on
Yeah.
the flip side of that, with the all the adult stuff too, it's like, yeah, like if you don't let shit go, that shit follows you for the rest of your life and just eats away at you. So like,
Yeah.
I might be reading too much into things, but I think it is a really really well written show. It's pretty smart, cheesy at times, but it is
Sure.
kind of blah, blah, blah. What's the one I'm
Better
looking
than
for?
it has any right to be.
Yes, yeah, that's very true, and it kind
You
of
know what I mean?
it kind of encapsulate what the '80s was too, with their films, being very cheesy, over the top,
Yeah.
even the music and some of the fights, stuff like that.
More like melodrama. Like sometimes it's kind of like,
Yes,
oh, that's silly. Like
yes,
I
no,
don't know.
yes,
But not bad
yeah,
though. Not bad at all.
yeah, no, it is very good. And then I brought it up a couple of times in the past. Terry Silver, the character, came back. I'm really liking what they're doing with him. He's like one of my favorite like '80s bad guys of all time. I think he's just he's fucking nuts. And here he's a little more subdued because he's older, but every now and then you kind of see those glimpses of that character and the way that they bring him back and the way he's kind of maybe devolving as you go throughout the season and how it's turning out. It's like, this is you're doing more than I thought you would with this character, and I am all for it. So,
Right.
so far I'm enjoying it. I got 2 episodes left. I I completely forgot. I'm pretty sure they're doing a 5th season. They'll probably go as long as they can go. So I'm all up. I'm all for more episodes and more seasons. So, Cobra Kai so far gets a big thumbs up for me. Holy Jesus, I got a lot of other stuff to talk about, but that's kind of the highlights of everything that's kind of gone over the past 2 weeks. Christmas was good, I had a really good time. Was able to see a lot of my family. All of them, if not majority of us, are triple vaxxed or something like that, and everyone came with like a negative test. So we said, screw
Yeah.
it, we're all good. Let's hang out and have a good time because we don't really get to do that as much anymore. So it was good to see family and New Year, which is today. I work today, so didn't really do anything to celebrate. But I don't really do New Year's anyways. Not really my thing. And now I'm here with you guys talking about some nerd shit. So
I don't
it's a
know.
good,
Like
it's a
for
good
me,
start.
I'm like the same way with New Year's. I get more depressed than anything.
Oh Jesus Christ! Why? What
I
happened?
have no idea, dude. I just never get excited. I'm just like, oh, fuck, another year.
No, I mean that's fair. I mean, you know, it's
I'm the
like
worst, dude. I'm just the worst in general.
Oh my god.
I laugh at myself though because I'm just like, you
Well-
have nothing to be fucking depressed about, you fucking idiot. You
Well,
know, it's like that. So
I hear you. I mean, as long as you can laugh about it, you know, it's a
yeah,
good time. So
yeah. No, I think it's
Yeah.
like the monotony, being trapped inside and stuff that gets to me. So
no, yeah, that'll get
I don't want-
anybody. Shit.
yeah,
Solitary
I'm just,
confinement.
oh,
Great.
trapped,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Oh. That's
Let
it
me
for me
know.
on Nerd Out. So I'll pass it on to someone else.
Okay. Manny, you want to go first?
Sure. I'll go.
Right ahead, my friend.
So thank you. Sunday and I actually shared the Nerd Out,
Ooh.
which was Encanto. Dude, I absolutely love this movie. This movie
Very
will
good.
be on my top 10. Now, Frank, I know you told me that you liked Sing 2 a little bit more than this
Yeah.
one. Which got me kind of excited because I really liked Sing 1. And the only reason why I've watched it so many times was because of Elena. And the reason why I'm watching Encanto so many times is because of Elena. But the story of the family and the songs that have so much meaning into them, like Luisa's song is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
I think anyone who is part
Connect
of a
with that.
family and really cares about it, or just like at work, I mean, you could really, really connect with it. And the words just hit so hard for me. I don't know why. Like I felt the
Oh, dude.
sadness of
It's
Luisa
impactful, man.
in those
Yeah.
songs. And then
Ellie was getting like sad off of them. Like she was like listening to them days later, like on Spotify. And
yeah,
she was like, I could tell she was really getting to her. Like she was understanding everything. It's good stuff.
even the story of like I had a feeling that Grandma, spoiler alert, was gonna be behind everything, right?
Like she had some kind of secret.
Yeah, and even that dude like was so like, man, like you lived it before. Like what Sonny said, it's just something about that movie. And then the songs by Lin-Manuel, like I'm officially a fan.
That
Like
guy.
any songs that he'll make, I'll listen to, hands down.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
very
yeah.
good.
Yeah, and just how he
Tell me
does
about
it.
him. I was like, who? And then after this, I'm like, okay, I need to get learned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you really do need to get learned. But it's a great
So
film.
good.
So that was great. And then I don't know how I had some like downtime, but Violet and I knocked out the Shrink Next Door. I think that there's still a couple seasons, but we basically got caught up. I don't know how. Pretty good. Like it keeps going. Paul Rudd does a great like dark villain. Like, is he really a villain? Like you don't know, but he plays a good bad guy. Very, very. It feels very, very real, which is kind of cool. So that one we finished up on. What else I got? I've been geeking out No Way Home, but we'll talk about that a little bit. And then I saw another movie on Christmas Day called Don't Look Up. You guys heard this on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna watch it.
Sonny, did you watch it?
No, I did not.
Okay. First viewing, I didn't like it. I guess it was because I realized it wasn't the movie that I wanted it to be or that I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a serious movie. You know, one of the Leo gems and all that. I did. Yep. And then it was after like
Okay.
the second trailer, I think I kind of caught it. We're like, oh, this might be a little more funnier than I thought. And then watching the movie, I saw it was a lot more funnier than I thought. Actually, you know what? A little bit more laid back, or not laid back, but restricted funny. I thought it was just going to be an all-out joke, and it's not. But I think an odd reason why I didn't like it, thinking about it, and I gave it a chance again today, and knowing what kind of movie it was, I kind of went in a little bit easier, and it was a little more funnier to me. So I have a feeling it's going to be one of those movies, like for me, like Step Brothers or Zoolander, where I didn't find funny at all, and then hits again, and I was like, oh man, that's the funniest thing ever. Anyone who doesn't think it's funny is stupid. So I don't know if it's going to be one of those, but it was also very real, which is kind of weird. Like, whatever happened in that movie, you could see, or if you knew, or if you were told that that's what happens, you wouldn't question it. Like how the whole world reacts, how the media reacts to such horrible news as the world ending. It just kind of feels a little real, and I was like, oh, maybe I don't want to see this.
Yeah. Like I'm close enough to that already. I don't want to fucking.
Yeah,
and
you'd think you might get a little closer with this one.
Yeah.
Which is kind of scary. But those have kind of been my nerd outs. I'm enjoying all the Spider-Man spoilers now because I've watched the film. I've been wanting to go back and see it, but just haven't gone. Don't really have the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for my nerd outs. If you want to go, Frank.
Nice. Yeah, sure. I've watched a lot of films as well. I've been trying to catch up for the top 10, and it's more recent stuff, I would say. I think I was able to see a lot of the things that I was going to be interested in this year, and anything that people were jumping up and down about, I had either seen it or I'm pretty sure I don't really want to watch it. So it's been more recent stuff. So I got, what did I see? Well, I saw Encanto, and the kids loved it. I really liked it, but there was a point where I got a little fatigued from it, where I was just kind of like, please stop so much singing. Like, it was just a little too much after a while. Like,
do you remember what part?
It was a little before, and spoiler alert, the reveal about the grandma thing. Like a little before that, like I was just kind of like, this is, for me personally, it's like there's a lot of singing for me. Sure. Even though it's all good and the story's great and the animation is so freaking good, I was appreciating all of that. But there just comes a point for me where I just kind of get tired of it. And that's why I enjoyed Thing 2 more, because it was just a little bit more up my alley in terms of the style, I guess. But it's hard to deny the connection with the story on this one. But anyway, I saw it. I really liked it. It's really great and everything. I had no idea that you were going to be able to watch it on Disney like that. So that's kind of good, as far as the kids always want to see it right away. And we're like, yeah, you got to wait. like
that's funny, dude,
like,
because I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you, but I'm like, oh, maybe he just wanted to have a day out with the girls.
Yeah, it was that, but then, I had no idea either. So, but that's all right.
That's honestly why I'm going to watch Sing in the theaters.
It's worth it, man.
It was because I know it's not coming out, and it's Elena's birthday, so I'm gonna be brave enough to take a 2-year-old to the movie theater. So,
yeah, it can be hard. It depends on that with the 2-year-old. But yeah, I saw that. I saw Sing 2. The kids really, really liked it. They've been blasting the tunes on Spotify nonstop, and so that's good. I saw those, and then I saw 3 duds in a row, which kind of killed it for me on the movie watching. I saw Resident Evil, which just, it got a lot of things wrong that I like about the series, and I felt like they crammed too much. Like they were trying to do 2 and like part 2 first and then part 1,
Right.
and then their own thing, and then it was just like none of this is good. And then, oh damn, I'm trying to even think. Oh, then The Matrix. I was like, okay, this has potential to be fun or something, maybe. And it was just really god awful, man. It was really bad. And then I saw one more. I can't even think of the title right now. Can you guys think of any new movies that recently came out?
Was it Antlers?
Antlers. It was just too boring, dude. It was just like,
that's fair.
I'm okay with a slow burn. I really am, but this was just, I just couldn't get into it, man. I was just like, you guys spent too much time trying to get to a certain point. And it just didn't work for me as far as that. And I had been anticipating this one for a while, so that was another point of disappointment for me since there was too much build-up.
Right.
So yeah, I hit those three negative ones in a row, and it kind of just killed it for me. I was like, you know what, fuck movie. I'm done with I'm making my top 10 right now. Fuck the rest. So I stopped there, and my list is complete, so I'm ready for that.
Nice.
And then besides that, I've been playing the Halo campaign, and honestly, I think I'm like 75% there. I might be almost getting close to the end.
Nice.
But I am enjoying it a lot. It's pretty cool. It is definitely reminds you of the older games. It is more open world, but I find myself just cutting across the map to get to where I got to go. I don't know if that's the game's fault or my fault. Not sure right now. But yeah, I mean, it is pretty good and everything. I stopped playing the multiplayer. I just been playing the single player only because I just want to get through it.
Right.
And then I'll go back to the multiplayer after that. But that is pretty much it.
Cool. Sounds like good old time catching up some stuff. Unfortunately, watch some bad stuff, but at the same time, we're able to see something good at least.
So, did you really like Antlers, Sonny?
I mean, I was fine with it. I thought it was okay. The thing for Antlers with me, I was kind of intrigued where they would go with those certain characters and the dynamic that they had, and that kind of grasped me. At the end, they didn't really do anything with it, but that kept me at least invested enough. Even though the movie is short, it feels long. It drags its feet at certain points. I like the monster stuff. I like some of the stuff that he added. I don't know if I don't like again without spoilers. If there's one creature was if it was practical or CGI. Well, the like one at the end was definitely CGI. But I can't tell if it was like the other stuff was practical or not. That was kind of cool. Yeah, like I I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I thought it was fine for what it was. They clearly is a very small budget movie. It saved all its money for the end, and even that was kind of a little lackluster. But I thought the acting and everything was good.
And then you get like an arm. And it's like, come the fuck.
Yeah, and it's really difficult. Like on these type of movies, I'm a little more lenient. If it's something like an action film, I'm very harsh on it because you need a budget to do an action film, and some people like to overextend themselves a little bit too much, on like a really bad budget. But horror movies, they can go either way, and this one for me leaned a little more on the okay. But yeah, if Frank would have asked me before he started watching it, should he watch it, I would have said no, don't watch it.
I would have still watched it though, because I was just too curious about it. Like,
no, that's fair.
Did they market it as like a Guillermo thing? Because I seem to remember that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, you're right, and that
with it.
And that should have tipped me off to it was not gonna be a great film. Usually, when a movie has to rely on the what is it like? Executive producer Guillermo del Toro presents. It's like, oh, you have nothing to lean on here.
He presents it.
Yeah.
Come on, he presents it.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, that should have been my my cue to be like, maybe I'll skip this one. But I took a
Yeah.
chance and I gambled wrong.
I wouldn't say it was a total burn, but it was just like, yeah, no, this ain't really that good.
No, that's fair. Yeah, again, I completely understand someone going, "This is dog shit." I'm like, well, I can't argue. I'm not gonna defend it too much. So
Yeah. It almost had the vibes of that HBO show. It was I don't know if that was earlier this year or not.
what?
The
I
Outsider?
know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Was it
the
called?
outside.
Yeah, a little bit
Oh,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
sort of. But that did a better job.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, very, very much so.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. As you can tell, Antlers was another thing I watched. So,
Mhm.
um, mm, I think that's it.
Seems like we had time for some extra stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
That'll-
yeah. Two things. One, I watched Dynasty Warriors on Netflix. You can skip that.
Damn it.
It's
Based on the game?
yeah, it's based off the game, which is based off a book. It's a whole thing.
Awesome.
I'm not getting into it, but yeah, the action scenes are kind of okay until it goes fucking
Mhm.
batshit crazy. It definitely is leaning towards more of the game action. So guys will just swipe their sword and 100 guys will go flying in the air.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, but man, the middle is slow. It turns into like not as a historical piece, but like like, oh, this character, he's gonna be
Mhm.
bad later. It's a cow that they follow. It's like, I don't need to know all this. I don't care. Just get to the action. So that is a skippity skip as well. So sorry, 2021. You've had a lot of strikeouts this year, but you had some wins. Um,
Yeah.
and then oh, almost forgot. Unfortunately, the world has lost a true legend. The final Golden Girl, I believe, is passed away.
Mm.
Uh, Betty White has passed away
Yeah.
at 99 years of age. She was what, I think like 18, 20 days away from her 100th birthday.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
Man, she lived a hell of a life though. She didn't act 99. She didn't act like her.
No.
She never acted her age. She was always full of energy, full of spunk,
Yeah.
and was funny as hell.
Oh
Um,
yeah, she's very funny.
and I'm a huge fan of the Golden Girls as well. So kind of see the last one kind of join the other the other Golden Girls up there. It was like,
Is that
that sucks. Yeah, but rest in peace, Betty White. You are a true legend, madam.
yeah. R.I.P. man. She
Um,
was always very like enthusiastic and everything, and
yes,
she was like
yeah,
didn't let age really affect her at all. Seemed like.
no,
No.
not at all. It just made her better. um,
Yep.
but um, so we'll go on to our two main topics. Do we want to do No Way Home stuff first, or do we want to do Book of Boba Fett first, or what do you want to do?
Let's do Boba.
Okay. Um, Boba Fett, the book of Boba Fett came out, and I don't know, say divisive on it or split, but what did you guys think? First episode.
I was okay with it. I wasn't blown away. I felt like there was a lot of things that I was expecting to happen, and they did, but they didn't happen in a way that I thought was a good way to handle them.
Mm.
They're kind of glossed over and kind of silly looking at times. It was a little silly. I don't know. Not even intentionally, you know.
Yeah,
I
right.
think I don't think it was intentional, but
That's
that's
fair.
all.
How are you, Manny? What's your thoughts?
It was a weird episode. Like some parts very anticlimactic, kind of weird seeing Boba Fett like that. Um, where he actually wants to be like a leader. Um,
Right.
I mean, it was different. It was different.
Yes.
I don't know where this is gonna lead to, but in John Favreau I trust. So we'll just see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it just because it's Boba Fett and the Mandalorian stuff. So this is still gets me very excited for Star Wars. The other projects not so much, but um, yeah,
Mhm.
it was fine. It was good. Yes, weird. I could have done without one storyline in there entirely, in my opinion. But um,
Mhm.
yeah, just kind of cool to see the characters back and just kind of slowly start to see how this world goes. And this is Robert Rodriguez's thing right now, so I expect
Right.
it to be a little unusual, a little unorthodox.
Sure.
That's just the way he's always kind of been. He just kind of does stuff by his own beat of his own drum. So
Mhm.
I expect it to maybe be a little odd or different, but not quite like this level. And I don't know if Disney was like, nah, you get no more big budgets on these TV shows. Just use what you got. But there's a couple of scenes that didn't look
Yeah.
fantastic. um,
Definitely.
even for Star Wars, especially after the Mandalorian stuff, it's a big downgrade.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
mean,
What
I
scenes
was
were
surprised
those?
to see his name at the end because I was like, some of that action and stuff didn't look very good.
yeah, yeah,
I was like, oh,
it
that
was a little
wasn't that
shaky
good.
at times. Yeah, I'm
Are
pulling for
we
you, buddy.
spoiling or no?
What do you think?
Yeah, we always spoiled.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I guess at this point, the rest of the episode is going to be spoilers for Boba Fett and No Way Home.
Ba-da-ba,
El
ba-da-ba.
hombre araña.
So thank you for listening. If you're going to jump off and join us next week or come back later, catch up and come back, we'll be here waiting. We're not going anywhere. This will be in the internet forever. Um, but thank you again for listening. If you do decide to jump off, we'll give you a couple seconds and then we'll start getting the spoiler stuff for both of these shows. Um, Okay, I think that's good. So, what do you want to spoil or what do you want to talk about?
The creature in the sand. I
Yes,
really did not like that scene.
you mean Goro's cousin?
You know what I read later is that there was a friend of the show
Mm.
or someone that they admired who worked on Clash of the Titans, and it was an homage to him, which
You know what?
I'm
I missed.
fine with, but it just that didn't come across like I didn't make sense to
Right,
me. You know what I mean? It felt odd to me.
100%.
It was very strange.
Yeah,
Like
And the
how
way that
he
it was
busts
filled was
through it,
what? Like how? This is
like
dumb.
he, like how he busted through it and not like flew from it.
Yeah, and then it's like a little guy like that on his back. He wouldn't have not been strong enough to strangle that thing. Like I
Yeah,
just didn't get it. Like, I don't know.
it's the old man strength.
if
Yeah, it's weird.
he was a clone, that's fine. He's at
Yeah,
enhanced strength or whatever, but he's an unaltered clone.
that's true. Very true.
So
Uh, I mean, so like I said, in general, I could have done it personally for me. I could have done without the Tuscan Raiders stuff. I I, I can only assume that's
why didn't
there
you like?
to. I just thought it was pointless. I don't like so
well, it's
far like
pointless because it's the
But
first
there's gonna be
episode.
more though. There's gonna be
no,
more
there's
of that.
gonna be more, but I mean like it really it they should have spent time building up this underworld stuff first
Hmm.
because outside of the Clone Wars, which a lot of people still haven't seen or refuse to see because it's a cartoon show, you ignorant bastards. Um, we don't really get a lot of the underworld stuff, and we still don't. And this is a show supposed to be about that. I think that
Right.
the first episode should have been, in my opinion, more built up of that, and we could have gotten more of his stuff later on how he got out and what
Hmm.
he did between that time when
Or why he's doing things that he's doing, right? Stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah, like this is probably where he learned how to fight better and learned to rule with respect instead of fear and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But it just it to me it was very slow paced and very slow moving, where it wasn't instead of like grabbing you right away, it was more like we're gonna take a little stroll down the park together. Let's hold hands.
I don't know.
Um,
There was a lot of action though.
I mean, kind of. And I say, yeah, it was good at times. Like some of it was good. Where those
Yeah.
two pigs come out of nowhere and start bashing people. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was cool. I was like, holy shit.
Get over here, fucking guards.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It felt uneven to me. And again, it's only like 6 episodes, so they're probably going to cram a lot of stuff in. If anything, I wish the episode would have been longer. Just give us a little more. But there's a lot of criticism going around right now about, is Boba Fett too nice? And what do you guys think about that criticism?
Yeah, I just don't understand why people disrespect him, and he's just like, oh, well, I got to find some way to make him respect me. How should I do that? Well, maybe you should kill his ass, and his friend won't talk to you like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. Your thoughts, man?
And I guess they're going to explain that, but it's just an odd way to explain it. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna partly explain what happened to this man, but not everything, so that what he's doing now doesn't really make sense. But it will. Don't you worry, it will.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of the issue. But how are you, Manny? What do you think of the thoughts of Boba Fett being a smiley man?
I kind of agree with it. It's a little weird that he's going to be a leader like that. Hopefully he just like snaps, but it's just interesting to see where this all leads to and what really is the end game, because like we're not really expecting a Star Wars movie to come out of this. Like when we watch MCU shows, like we watch MCU shows and we're like, okay, what movie is this leading to? Like there's an end part. This one, I mean, these shows don't really have an end. Like, what is it all leading up to? Is it leading up to a movie of some sort? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know what's the reasoning behind the show, because it is doing one thing, and it's what we talked about on our chat. It is kind of killing the mystery of Boba Fett. And I think that's what really made him so interesting, is that no one knew crap about him. And now, I mean, granted, we're not learning everything about him, but we're learning new things, and it's not as cool as we thought it might have been.
Yeah, so. We're spending like too much time with him, and he's not acting the way he was in the Mandalorian show, and stuff like that. So
the scene where he gets his armor and or his back in Mandalorian, that was like, it's still like you just want to get up and start clapping and cheering, because it's just awesome to see him kick ass like that. And I mean, he whoops some ass. But yeah, it's kind of awkward.
I didn't like the escape from the pit. I know you didn't. You were okay with that, but it's been built up in my head for so long.
Sure.
That I'm like, it's just like, I didn't like the escape at all. I'm not asking them to spend a whole episode on it, but that was really unsatisfying.
Yeah. Like I said in the chat, I could have done without that scene also entirely. Because if you're not gonna do it, if you're not gonna go all the way with it, don't do it at all.
Yeah, exactly.
But there you go. I keep saying but
he just turned his flamethrower on once, and he's like, okay, I'm out. Come on. I did not
he
like
fired
that
a missile. Oh, you're talking about in the pit? Yeah.
Yeah, in the pit. Yeah.
And then he went through all that sand. And there's a lot of stuff that's kind of weird.
Like, how did he pop out of it like that? Like, that's weird. I don't know.
Unless that's how big it is. I don't know.
Fucked up. That's what happened.
Yeah, fucked up. Yeah, man. And
I hate
like
to be so down about it, because this was like that
very
ending,
anticipated for us.
That ending where he sits on the throne and it's just everybody's so hyped. Just like, yes, he gets his own freaking show, and he just kicked a whole bunch of ass, and now he's the freaking underworld crime boss. They just, and then I don't like the pacing.
Right.
And this happens in Mando too, where I feel like they're wasting time, and I spend the whole time thinking they only have this much time left. They only have this. What are you doing? Like, why are we doing this? We only have a couple more minutes, stuff like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. 100% agree. Yeah, the Star Wars stuff is all over the place, man. They need to find someone to get this shit under control and lockdown. Because I mean, like, I feel like they're trying to build towards something. They brought up Grand Admiral Thrawn in with Ahsoka, asking for him. Bo is trying to reclaim Mandalore and the throne. We got Boba Fett doing his underworld stuff. There's some kind of something they want to do. Like Manny said, I have no idea what they're doing though, and how they're gonna get there, and what it's gonna like lead to. Is it gonna be like a epic 5-part series? Is it gonna be a movie? Is it even gonna happen? I don't know. It's weird. So I just can only imagine that maybe they have some kind of an idea, but someone needs to come in and get the ship back on track and get this shit
I
locked
have a
down.
feeling we're gonna like the series. It's just an odd start to me, and I was expecting to be so hyped and happy, and wanting to see the rest and everything.
Right.
Obi-Wan
show to come out too. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. We got a lot of stuff coming. But yeah. So, before we leave the Mandalorian stuff, I asked you guys a question, and I'll go first. Just gotta get the ball rolling. But I asked on the group chat if let's say by some miracle you were given control over a Boba Fett show, what would you do, and what would the show look like? For me, I would have made this the first season of Boba Fett, a book of Boba Fett would have just been a straight out gang war TV show. It I would have focused. What I would have done was I would have had Boba Fett build a crew, and we would spend time with those characters, and Boba Fett would be the b- boogeyman of the show. Like when he's out of the palace, he never takes his helmet off because that's like because he doesn't follow the way of Mandalore, but he knows that he knows that his helmet is a symbol of like fear.
Makes him
Like he's
seem
like
like
one of the
Boogeyman.
yeah, like he's like one of the most feared bounty hunters of all time is Boba Fett. Like you don't fuck with him. And then inside the palace, we get a little more character development with him and his crew, and we kind of see what's going on. And story wise, what was this stupid fat guy that he killed?
Jabba the Hutt.
No, Bid Fortuna.
Yeah. Right.
He in my story he would be like he was a weak leader. He was just he kind of enjoyed the power and the food and just kind of like yeah I'm gonna party all day, and due to that caused a big rift within the city. So when Boba Fett took over, there's a couple of higher ups. They're like I think I could take that throne, and that's what causes these wars. And we kind of see this kind of like nitty gritty
Like
underworld, kind
everybody
of like
wants Jabba's throne kind of thing, or
yeah, kind of, kind of think of like Boardwalk Empire with like the action scenes from like Mandalorian,
very
and
cool.
you know what I mean, like just like focus, like really focus on that dark, gritty underworld stuff that we never get to see. Even in the video, even in the video game form, I forgot what the game was called. It got canceled, and you were gonna be like a smuggler, and
13 or something.
yeah, it was like we can't even get it in the video game form, so we had to get it somewhere.
Right.
So that was kind of my like that would be my general take on what I would do with Boba Fett show. But
And Boba, what he wants to be the one who retains that throne.
yeah, because I mean he's always been again he's a bounty hunter, so he's always been taking orders since his dad died. He's never really had a chance to like just be his own man. He just had us to survive, and in order to survive, you got to get money and you got to do jobs. But now this is his opportunity to be like, it's my time for me to live up to my potential. It's time for me to be my father. It's like, okay, let's do it.
Interesting.
So that was kind of my thought process with that.
No, yeah, that'd be cool.
So I tossed you guys. What would you guys do? Or
well, I don't know, to be honest with you. I couldn't think of anything, to be honest.
that's fair.
Yeah, and that's why they would never give me the show. But I like your idea, and that's kind of what I was expecting with this. I thought it was going to be more of a struggle, more. I don't know. I mean, it just seems weird the way they're coming to his palace, and I mean they are not taking him seriously,
Right.
but nobody's outright like trying to. Well, yet anyway, nobody's trying to like kill him and kick him off the throne or anything.
Well,
but I'm sure somebody has plans.
Have those red ninjas come in.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems. Well, I don't know. I don't even know, because to me it seems like an odd thing for him to do.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. He doesn't seem like he would want to lead a group like that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No. There's a free space there. Think away. Ask a question.
Same with like Fennec. Like, she seems a little out of place.
She's the only one that seems to be taking it serious. She's like, listen, we gotta shoot some people
like,
here.
Hey, you gotta. Yeah. Like, well, and she's also telling him you gotta follow their customs and stuff, and
yeah.
you know, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And he's like, no.
Yeah.
Big shut up, advisor.
Shut up, you. Drink your blue wine. But
milk.
oh, the milk.
Your blue milk.
It
wasn't
for
green?
me. It's blue too. It's
okay.
blue and green. For me, I think I would have done something like this, but instead of going back to when he came out of the pit, I would probably bring it back a little bit further, like up to the Return of the Jedi kind of stuff, and like the parts that we didn't see, and then kind of change the pit story a little bit, and then continue forward with like where it's going to lead to, because you know that's what everyone at Disney wants to do. They're leading to something. So kind of go with that, and then take it back to kind of like where we're starting now, but just to give it a little bit more connection to the films. I don't know. I thought that would just be cool, seeing some behind the scenes stuff, or not behind the scenes, but stuff in between the movies, or in between that scene. Yeah,
the untold story.
kind of, and maybe there isn't a story there, but just that kind of stuff, like how he got to the palace, how the payment went from Darth Vader to Jabba the Hutt, but I guess then you have to put like Darth Vader in there, and that's kind of close to impossible for now. So I can see why, but yeah.
I gotcha. I like that. Yeah, would have been kind of cool to see what happened between movies, or kind of like stuff you want to just kind of fill in the gaps of certain stories or certain things that we always kind of questioned or wondered. I like it. I like that a lot. Any last things we want to bring up about the Book of Boba Fett, or should we move on to Spider-Boy No Way Home?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, let's go to Spider-Boy.
Spider-Boy. Finally has no super suit. So Spider-Man No Way Home.
Been through a lot of shit.
If you guys didn't listen to the episode before Christmas, I absolutely love this movie. I thought it was a really good Spider-Man story. It was great. And Manny and I had this conversation before we got to the theater. You know how I said that I felt like he had a little too easy. He was just kind of there, and he was kind of gifted all these things. And whenever he was in trouble, he just called Happy. He was like, hey, Happy, save me! I'm in Dutchland or wherever I am with beautiful flowers. Get me out of here. And this this is a I will say it was very impressive that they were able to tell the origin story backwards, and
Yeah.
it worked out really well. It's done very well. So I guess I'll back off a little bit and let you guys talk about some stuff, and then I'll kind of
Marvel was kind of
interject here
saying
and
the
there.
whole time, like, "Oh, we're not doing any origin story with this."
Hmm.
They were kind of secretly doing one the whole time.
Yeah.
which is pretty genius, man. I loved how this movie ended.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
kind of cheesy how they came back or how they all came in, but it was awesome seeing all the original Spider-Men uh, with Toby and Andrew. Andrew stole the show in
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah.
He
Stole the
redeemed
freaking
himself.
show. Like you could see every pain on his face, and
Dude,
I
for
mean,
real.
very, very well done.
Mhm.
Now there's all these rumors that Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 3 might be made, or he might be the Spidey that faces the Venom in the Sony universe. So it'll be interesting to kind of
Right.
see that. And then uh, the very end, dude, like him getting that apartment, resetting
Mhm.
everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got something that I never thought I was going to get. And that was going to be a legit Spider-Man MCU movie. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like we got Spider-Man, but we had to settle for that Spider-Man. Like it
Right.
wasn't the Spider-Man that we knew, but it was.
Mm.
It was still familiar.
Right.
With a little bit of its own flair in it. But now we're gonna get a Spider-Man crime level kind of stuff. Um, maybe might mix in the next time something crazy happens. He might mix in with the Fantastic Four. Like legit Spider-Man stories, and I
Mhm.
hope we at least get one more out of it because that suit looked amazing.
Oh yeah.
Perfection.
I got to see that thing
Yeah,
again.
I need to see official high-res photos of
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
of that one.
Yeah. No, that was
It looks so
amazing.
good.
I mean, it floored me on every level. I had a feeling I was going to enjoy it just because the last two I really enjoyed. Every time I left the theater for those, I was really happy. And I know that some people weren't because of the complaints that, oh, this isn't really the same type of Spider-Man, and he's just Tony Stark Jr. and all that. Despite all that, I still had a really great time with the last two movies, so it didn't really bother me that much, all
Mm.
that stuff. But but with this one, it was just more than I ever thought, especially the way that the amount of time we got with a lot of the characters that we thought we weren't going to be in it very much.
Right.
And they ended up being in it so much, especially like Defoe and everybody. So yeah,
Which,
man.
Yeah,
Either way, I did
one
get
of the
what you call it.
what you're
I
asking.
got that feeling again, the one that I got in Endgame, where I was like, seriously, I felt my heart in this one. When Toby came out and Garfield came out, I was like, holy shit, this is happening for real. I don't know why, but it got to me.
Yeah. And
Good scene.
I will say this: Garfield stole the show. But William Defoe was a damn close second.
yeah.
It's a damn close second.
Oh yeah.
No,
uh,
I think Defoe stole the show. Defoe stole the show. I think that guy, dude.
Fuck.
Like it was
That was,
so perfect. He didn't have the mask. And I was
yeah.
kind of bummed that he might not get it, and those photos kind of looked a little silly that you saw online, like him with the
Mm.
big eyes and stuff like that. Like it looked super silly, but it worked, man, with the movie. Like he looked scary.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
some great stuff. Some great
I
stuff.
like that we get a little Norman first. They're like,
yes.
trying to make it sympathetic, and they're like, this guy's more like tortured and he's afraid of the other guy kind of thing.
Yeah. Yes.
And then we get full on Goblin. We get kind of a build to it.
Yeah.
And especially in the apartment where it's like slowly things are starting to turn around. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, that the apartment fight scene was great. I always forgot that
cool.
like in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man that like he knows how to fight. He knows how to throw punches and kicks, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot he can fight. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Um,
And he
and
like
when he was
catches Spider-Man's punch in the original movie with Tobey,
yeah,
and he kicks him
and
away, and yeah, he's just no real match for him.
yeah, and it was great in here where like he was getting hit in the face and he's just smiling like, yeah, do it again,
That
do it
was
again, do it
awesome.
again.
That was incredible.
That's great. Fuck,
That was
he's so
very
good at that.
Dark Knight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shades of the Dark Knight. There is like, oh, that's fucking good. Damn it,
Sucks when
damn
you
it,
have a
you are
villain
too
like
good at me.
that because their whole purpose is to just destroy your life. It's like, damn
Yeah.
it. Bad
Yeah,
guy.
and I think I, well, maybe with the exception of Doc Ock, I think they were able to keep that character basically the same from the movies and just kind of carry him over, and he still worked exactly the same. Um, the speeches he gives, the way he acts, and the way he talks to Spider-Man about things, it's the exact same way he did in you know
Oh yeah.
in the Sam Raimi stuff, talking about the like duality of things and having to being pushed and pulled. You have to choose where you're gonna go. You can't have both ways, and just straight out of the Sam Raimi stuff and the fact that it felt so natural. It was like,
Yeah.
damn, Defoe, you truly are a gift
Felt
there,
like it
sir.
never really left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it felt like he had just literally just acted in the movie like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He's just that good.
Very good. What else here? What else I want to bring up? What was your so when Andrew Garfield came through the circle portal? What was your first initial like reaction and thoughts?
I was still trying to breathe because I was literally like, I don't know, I was feeling something, dude.
Yeah,
I was
feeling
sitting there
something
like,
way.
holy hell, like it was just weird, a weird feeling. I don't know if I was just happy or what.
I have
I couldn't really
emotions,
think, dude. I was
feelings.
just, he's here.
How about you, Manny? For Andrew
Well,
Garfield, what was that? What was your first initial thought and like reaction?
that this is really happening.
Yeah, exactly.
That was really it.
And then I guess was that any different when Toby came through?
No, because at that point I kind of already I expected it, but I thought I was like, oh man, he came in with his normal attire. That's kind of lame. And like Andrew was the one who's mainly in all the his whole thing,
Yeah.
like his whole outfit.
Mhm.
So I mean, there's some stuff like that. I'm like, come on. But then um, he ended up getting everything. Like he put on the suit and all that. I'm like, oh hell yeah! All right, let's
Yeah.
go. But yeah,
Well, and then he like made fun of him. He's like, "Are you gonna wear the youth pastor outfit the whole time, or what?"
yeah. I thought that
At
was
that point,
great.
everybody was wondering the same thing, like for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love
I
them interacting so much. Like I wasn't
yes.
expecting that, and we got a lot of that, talking to each
Yeah.
other and figuring out what they've fought, what they've dealt with. And then I like that they couldn't really work together that well at first, and I really like that they kind of Holland was kind of like, oh wait, I know how to work together. I've been on the Avengers. And that was a great joke too, of course. When
Yeah.
Toby,
He's like,
that's
wow,
awesome. Like,
that's
what are the
awesome.
Avengers?
What are the Avengers? That
Uh,
was hilarious. Like,
and
yeah,
obviously
the
when
whole
they, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm sorry. No, I'm just agreeing with you that their interactions was fantastic to watch, especially again Andrew Garfield going, "Oh man, you guys fought. I want to fight an alien, man." Like I was like, I'm lame.
Yeah, I just fought a guy in a rhinoceros costume. But I love when when they did their run down the the hallway, and they all jump together and they all say woohoo, and they all spin their webs, and they're still having kind of fun with it, because that's I don't know. There's a sense of that with Parker in general, because that's sort of how he deals with the stress.
Right.
Is that he'll like scream woohoo, or he'll have fun with the swinging, or he'll make jokes about the bad guy.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see them do that, and then the way they landed, all three of them together, and we got that one shot right there with the three of them like that. That was just all money, man. It was just amazing.
Yeah, 100%. When I saw Andrew, I laughed. Oh shit, they did it. That's cool. But when Toby came out, I legitimately had a big smile on my face, and that was I had so much emotion rushed through my body. Like, oh fuck, I watched all your movies, man. This is awesome. You're here. you're here.
Leading up to it, I saw a video where some guy like cornered Toby on the street. Not cornered him, but they were like, his bodyguards were there and everything. He wasn't really cornered, but they were like, "So are you in the Spider-Man movie or something like that?" And his stupid friend was like, "Yep." And then I don't know, it was just really stupid. I was just like, and there was so much freaking buildup of everybody just, is he in it? Is he not? Yeah, he will, but only for 30 seconds. All that kind of stuff.
Right.
So after all that, we finally got what we wanted. It was just awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than we wanted, and more than I could have ever hoped for.
Oh, obviously the greatest lawyer in New York is back as well.
Yep.
Almost forgot to bring that up. He's a really good lawyer. It's just, that was very cool to see as well. And the fact that they gave it to us so soon in the movie, like, here he is. No, don't worry about it. All the rumors are true. Here he is. Just shut up.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, you almost forgot about it too.
Kind of puts your mind like at rest a little bit, because you're not sitting there wondering, oh, maybe he'll show up now. Maybe he'll show up now. And it's like,
right. And
kind of gets that baggage out of the way.
And I think them doing that very early on was like, hey, whatever you heard is true. We're just gonna put this in here because you know what's coming next. But just have fun now. Just have fun. Just sit back and watch. And the whole brick thing was funny as hell. That made me laugh.
Great.
Yeah.
I love him so much. The greatest. I'm so glad they didn't try to recast.
Yes, that would have been a mistake. I think he did a really good job in the Netflix series. I expect him to be the exact same character, obviously, but the fact that you have that actor who can bring those kind of feelings and emotions back to the character, so very excited about that.
Yeah.
And
of course, a little let down by Kingpin, though.
What's up?
I know he wasn't in this movie, but I was a little let down by Kingpin in Hawkeye.
Why?
I don't like. There was so much buildup of him as the boogeyman, and he was just a punk the whole time.
Not really a punk. He took a lot of.
No,
I don't think it's a punk. He took a lot of fucking damage, dude.
He wasn't as scary, and then he gets shot, and he's scared the whole time. He keeps getting like knocked over, and kind of in a funny way and stuff like that.
Sir, he got hit by a car and blown up.
Going, rawr, rawr, and like,
he really did.
He got hit by a car, and it exploded. And he got shot in the chest with an arrow and said, "Fuck your arrow."
Oh,
that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck your arrow, girl."
But
so
I don't know why.
It's hard for me to kind of justify your feelings on this, but I like D'Onofrio is amazing. Obviously he's not gonna decapitate anyone with a car door in the Marvel universe, but all those little twitches that he does with his face and like
boils with anger and shit.
Yeah, like you just you don't know when he's gonna snap. You know he can, but you just don't know when.
Like you could just say you don't like sandwiches, and he could be like, "You motherfucking piece of shit," or he could say something really offensive, and he won't get mad. It's kind of weird.
And,
like, you can get mad at
that, which is great. I love the fight scene because with Kate, because basically he was like, I can wreck you, girl. Just stop it. Just lay down. Let me go talk to your mom real quick. I'm gonna go snap her neck. I'll be right back. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, like he was just playing with her, and then again,
Yeah.
he got hit by a car and exploded and walked away. I don't know what you expect from that man. What does he have to do for you?
I guess you're right. I don't know why. I just. Yeah. I guess
The
I
only
don't
thing,
have a good explanation.
the only thing I will say is that I don't think he's dead.
Oh,
Because
100%.
but the fact that they would insinuate that is really a pain in the ass. I was like, don't do that. Just
Right.
don't do that. Don't be that guy.
I guess there was just so much build up. The whole season was like, oh, uncle, will he not? Everybody's so freaking terrified, and then he just kind of gets written out right away.
Yeah.
That's what kind of got annoying to me.
So, so I can understand you being upset with the writing and the choices, but
Yeah.
I mean, you got to admit though, they kind of they also kind of made Kingpin even scarier in ways in this. I mean, I don't know if they use a fat
durable and
suit
stuff like that.
or big shoulder pads, but they definitely made him look bigger.
Well, they definitely shot downwards on him.
Downwards, and I mean, just like like in the Netflix shows, he was very clean suit, pressed, everything fit for very custom fit to him. It was very nice. And here definitely is more like comic, like Kingpin. It's a little looser, big shoulders.
Mhm.
Like he's just a huge scary dude.
Yeah.
And I will say this one.
Have balls though, man. If they talk
Yeah.
crap to Kingpin right to his face, they're like, man, shut up.
Yeah.
Go try to punch him or shoot arrows at him. It's like, what the
Again, he gets shot in the chest, point blank with an arrow, and goes, "Ha ha, bitch, cha!" Just knocks it out. Just like fuck you. The only thing I will say is this, in a negative way about anything about Kingpin. Some things shouldn't be translated over to live action, and that includes the costumes.
Get out of here!
The shirt.
Yes.
No, that shirt was cool.
I was a little distracted by it. I was just kind of.
It was a little weird.
You guys are lame. You guys don't deserve this.
The hat and the shirt it just looked a little.
Oh my God.
I am going down for a holiday visit to see my cousins. We'll return for more stuff later.
You sound just like him, actually. Well, the part about it was that there wasn't really a reason for him to wear that. Like he wasn't.
He's fucking Kingpin. He could do everything.
Yeah, I know. But if you're trying to walk around being intimidating, are you really going to wear that? Like, I don't know. I guess he doesn't need, at this point, he doesn't need to worry about that because his reputation is so much that he could literally walk around with a baby diaper and he would still be.
He'd be more terrifying, Jesus.
He's gonna do something to you.
Yeah, because again, like in the comics, it looks good in the comics. Like it doesn't look bad, but it's just something like seeing a scary mob boss in a Hawaiian shirt or a flower red shirt, whatever was on the shirt. It looks a little odd at first, but once he starts kicking ass, you don't really notice it. But it was just a little off-putting for a couple of seconds. It was kind of weird, but yeah, that's the only negative point I'll give it. But I think they did pretty good. Again, the ending of like, is he dead? Is he not dead? Just don't do that. The Echo shows next. He's not dead. Stop it. He's just stop it.
But there could be audience people who don't really know that. They could have no idea there's a Echo show coming or even that her name is Echo.
Yeah.
Sure. No, I agree. But I mean, I agree with your statement. I don't know. I think it's stupid. Again, you build them up to like fake out people like, oh, he's dead, haha. But it's like, no, he's not dead. Stop it.
See, that's what I didn't like about the writing. It was more that. Not really him. He was great and everything, but yeah.
So you don't have issue with him. You have an issue with the writer. So go poke him with a stick. You leave Vincent D'Onofrio alone.
Yeah, no, it's not him.
But and we'll see how he fits and everything.
I mean, tying back to Spider-Man,
yeah,
I love the New York that they're building out.
Yeah,
I texted you guys
Yes.
this later as I was getting home. I was thinking about this like the whole way. I was like, man, you know what? They're really building it up now. Daredevil's in New York. Spider-Man's now in New York. You know,
Kingpin is there now.
Kingpin's there.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, there's other random heroes. Well, I guess
Fantastic
Hawkeye's
Four
not
is
really
gonna be
there
there.
anymore. Yeah. And I don't know. Have they really resolved the Avengers Tower thing yet? Not really, right? Like,
No.
The what?
No, no.
I mean, they're going to
Avengers
destroy
Tower.
it.
Yeah. Who else is there anything else that they are planning with New York that I can think of? I'm just thinking of like other projects that are coming up.
I wonder if Moon Knight and Blade are going to be set there, or if those will be somewhere else, or
It's a good question. I
could have
think
more characters show up and stuff.
where does She-Hulk take place? Does like is it
That's
New
another
York,
one
or-
you don't know. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think that's in Seattle for some reason. I don't know.
it could be interaction with Daredevil. Who knows? I think
See,
you've
I
said
thought-
everything. You were talking about that.
Yeah, man.
Lawyers.
Yeah. I do feel like hopefully they're building up the ground level stuff. Like I kind of like I mentioned in the last episode, people had this criticism of like, why was Hawkeye scared of Kingpin so much? I'm like, well, listen here, motherfucker. This is why. They're like, why would a man who faced Thanos be scared of Kingpin? Well, let me reiterate my point. Thanos is the big picture guy. He'll wipe out the entire world. Kingpin, if you get him mad, he makes it personal and he goes after everything you love, every single person you ever even considered a friend. He will ruin your life on a very constant basis, and and Kingpin's a great personal threat. While Thanos is a big picture threat, Kingpin is the guy that makes it personal and it gets
It's
a lot
like-
more dangerous.
When you were saying that on the show last week, I was like, yeah, because now that I think about it, I don't even think Thanos even knew Hawkeye existed, and if he did, he didn't really care that much. Like, he wasn't going to go after him for any reason.
Right.
If he was in his way, he might smack him or kill him, you know, but he's not really, doesn't care about him at all, not one bit.
Yeah.
And with Kingpin, yeah, I mean, he'd be one to kidnap his kids and, you know, do all kinds of horrible things.
Yeah.
So, made a lot of sense.
Yeah, so we have an opportunity now. Zemos is still alive. Thank God they haven't killed him off because they love to kill our bad guys. Kingpin, he's not dead. And if he is, I will boycott Marvel. I will piss on you. So we have opportunities here to build that ground stuff. We got, and I don't know what they're doing with what's his face, U.S. Agent yet. I don't know if it's going to be the Thunderbolts or if they're going to do Dark Avengers or what they're going to do or what kind of version they're going to do, but it's shaping up to be really cool to kind of focus more on that. But the only other issue I got is what the fuck are they doing overall with Marvel? Because are we like, I haven't watched the Eternals yet, and I will, but I think that was more cosmic. I think just from the trailers I saw.
Well, the Loki
then we got
start coming into play, and the Doctor Strange stuff and the Wanda stuff. Those are probably like the next big threats.
Yeah, and then we got now we have more multiverse stuff with Doctor Strange, and then we got the Quantum Realm with Ant-Man, I don't know where we're going. I'm not sure what direction we're going yet. It's not clear. You know, the original Marvel movies was build up to the Avengers. We knew where we were going. You know.
Yeah,
it was straight line.
Right?
Yeah, it was very clear. Now there's a lot of stuff, moving parts, and it's kind of.
I wonder if it's on purpose, and it's almost more scary not knowing where the danger is going to come from.
Yeah.
And what are we even ready to deal with it? You know, because we don't have an Avengers team and stuff like that.
Because that was always my issue with bringing.
Training.
Yeah, and that was always kind of like an issue I had with like bringing in TV shows was like, there's a lot more continuity stuff that has to make sure everything ties in. There's a lot of other little nuances and details you have to start putting into these things. And at a certain point, it's like, just I hope that, and again, they probably know where they're going. They might stumble and fall, but they almost 100% know where they're going. but it's just one of those things where it's not clear, and
Mhm.
it's not, if it's not supposed to be, cool. You're definitely got me on that point, but I'm just curious what happens next.
Yeah. No, yeah, I hear you about that because I remember like we were always talking about okay, they got we've seen 2 out of 5 stones. We know that this guy's after this one, or we'll maybe this stone and this stone, whatever.
Mhm.
But we always had some kind of clear point about that. But
Right.
right now, not really.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, there's a lot of threats. There's something bigger with the multiverse stuff. There's something smaller with like the U.S. agent stuff, with that little Dark Avengers team or whatever it's going to be. And then maybe there's some street level stuff that's going to be happening. So seems like problems on all sides, but there's a lot of different types of heroes for all situations.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna throw it out there too. I think Dracula will make an appearance here. Just saying.
Who?
Dracula. Dracula.
Where?
Dracula?
With Blade and the Black Knight.
Dracula?
Yeah, Dracula.
Oh, okay.
Mister, I will drink your
So
blood.
that'll be like another threat that comes about.
I'm guessing, and that's all speculation based on what I know of the ebony, not the ebony sword. Yes, the ebony sword, or the sword that Black Knight takes out of the chest at the end of Eternals. That I know, and then Blade with his little voiceover, because again,
I don't know
like,
anything about all that.
yeah, I know about the sword and Blade and how he ties in and all that kind of stuff, and where vampires come along. Yeah. So that's just my speculation that they'll probably and maybe one of Blade movies, he and Black Knight will team up to fight Dracula. That's just my theory. So we'll see how it goes.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, and
Better
honestly,
thing,
that would make me very excited. So just see Blade fight Dracula would be awesome, because I saw Batman do it, so I kind of want to see Blade do it. So, yeah,
Good
man, I can
stuff, man.
ramble. Sorry.
No, you're good.
You guys
It's
have
all
any?
fun stuff. I think we're getting excited about it because for a while there we weren't. I don't think we were all that excited. We were kind of like
I wasn't.
we were riding
I've
All with emotions.
we were like on the down part of the roller coaster because we had just come from such a big high of a big climax, and we're like, well, I'm kind of good for now. Like I don't necessarily need all this stuff right now.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. And then the pandemic happened and shuffled a lot of things, so it
Delayed so much.
then the excitement got pushed back even more. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's good to kind of be talking about it and speculating, even if it's out of anger or confusion. It's just fun to talk about this stuff again.
I'm really happy with all the Marvel stuff right now. I mean, Shang-Chi was a lot of fun. Black Widow
I
was
think it was
good.
one of the best ones they
It
made.
wasn't amazing, but it was good.
It was very fun. It was a very fun movie. I've rewatched it a few times now, and it still holds up every time. It doesn't like lose value to me so far. So it's like a Thor 3. It's just really fun to watch, and you have a lot of fun with it.
What about the shows this year? Were you guys happy overall? I know there were some weeks where we were like, stuff like that, but
well, you know how I feel about Loki. So I don't need
You're
to beat
talking
a dead
about
horse.
these Disney shows for this year?
Yeah, just all the Marvel shows that we got this year. Like, were you pretty happy, or what did you think overall? We got a lot of them. You know, despite if you were happy about them or not, we did get a lot of content.
Sure. Oh yeah, got a lot of content for us on here, 100%. I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess without going into specific details, I'm happy overall. Just seeing some of these characters come back and kind of get their chance to shine a little bit. Maybe not be excited about the way they executed it, but yeah, overall, it was good to see a lot of these characters come back and do something else than just be like Cap's buddy or that crazy girl in the corner who just hides there and goes, "Oh no, it's me." You know. So yeah, it was overall. I guess I would say I was happy with it.
Yeah, I was happy with it. I was a little. I don't know if I could say that. anymore. But at first with Hawkeye, it wasn't working for me.
That's fair.
For me, that was the one that I really wanted out of all of them.
Really?
Yeah, like for some reason, well, when the Ronin stuff was happening, I thought it was great. I wanted more stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's just at first I was just like, I don't know if it's pacing or what it is about some of these shows that it just don't grab me right away. And then later, as the whole package, I do like them, but it's like at the beginning, I'm just kind of like not that sold.
Yeah, I can agree with that. A lot of shows have either the inverted problem of starting off great and then ending really bad, or starting way too slow and not going anywhere too fast. Yeah, yeah, but like I said, if I just had to do general, I'm happy overall with everything. I'm just waiting for Blade now. Again, I'm excited for other projects, but I need Blade back. I just need it. I need it.
Yeah, I love Blade. You know that.
Oh yeah.
Moon Knight, I'm really excited for. She-Hulk, I'm really not excited, but I have a feeling it'll be fun either way.
Yeah, isn't I want to get names right. There's a lot of names. Miss Marvel is getting a show too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And she's showing up in Doctor Strange.
I don't know about that.
Cause isn't that who the girl is that is with him in the trailer, like with the
that's America. America something. She's a different character.
Oh Jesus! What the hell is she in this? Okay, okay. So yeah, there's a lot of questions, lot of questions.
Many questions.
I guess last thing before we jump off here, we got a little again the teaser with the Symbiote piece being left over in this universe, but instead of a second teaser stinger, we actually got the trailer to Multiverse of Madness, and and it looks like, I don't know if it's exactly the same, but looks like they're bringing the concept or the story of What If into the movies with Evil Strange looking all crazy with his long old beard and hair, kind of looking creepy.
Yeah,
that was
to me that was pretty good.
Unexpected. Yes, it looks good.
Looks great.
Yeah, and then
that would be so cool though. Bring some of that even into it.
Yeah, because when like a couple of scenes or a couple of seconds in there, like when he shoots the dragons out of his hands or something like that, and there's like a eye monster. I'm like, oh shit, they're actually doing it. They're doing it.
That was cool.
That's crazy. So
yeah, because I mean, I'm just glad the Origin's out of the way.
Yes.
So
yeah.
we can start doing crazy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. He's only had one movie, but he's been in a lot of stuff already, real fast.
Right. I mean, he pulled out so many tricks against Thanos and stuff. That was really cool. A lot of his magical abilities, and they didn't call too much attention to it. Like they didn't make a big deal about it.
No. And again,
he wasn't like saying stuff out loud, like.
Oh right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
they were like, just like powers are just happening, basically.
Yeah, like Shaolin Temple, tunic, yeah, just like saying loud things, or like super wall of justice, yeah. He was just doing his magic stuff.
Yeah,
his fingers. That's very cool. But yeah, I guess that's kind of it. We've kind of talked. We went on script and off script real fast, so we're definitely excited for Marvel and everything and stuff moving forward. I guess we'll call it there because we're going a little bit longer than we probably should have. But
all good.
Any final thoughts? Anything you guys want to say before we sign off? Or
I think I'm all right.
I already pre-ordered No Way Home, so I'm ready for it to come out.
Sent a screenshot as soon as he got home.
Very nice.
That was legendary.
So, I guess for that, guys, thank you for listening to another episode. 3 Nerds on a Sunday. You know where to find us. We're on Instagram, Facebook, I want to say Twitter, but I wouldn't really use that. We're on YouTube, 3 Nerds on a Sunday, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any podcasting app of your choice. Just type in our name. We will be there. I guess until next time, guys, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.